Alright guys, time to break down another trade. So this is from Friday of last week. I just didn't get time to make in the video yet. We're going to do it now, and I'm going to show these screenshots and then basically jump into the charts. Today is Wednesday of the following week. Yesterday I got eliminated from the Traderify finals of the Grand Cup, which is annoying. But you know, every loss is a lesson as long as you learn from it. So the mistakes that I made yesterday on that account, I haven't made those mistakes in at least a year, like a very long time. And the only reason I fell into like making those mistakes, like emotional mistakes basically, is because it's a competition and you know I'm competing. So it's different to regular trading, and thankfully I didn't trade my regular accounts yesterday, so I didn't do any damage on there. But I think I finished in about 57th place. But anyway, we're gonna move on from that, you know. It was cool and all, but you know, my goal is to be a consistent, successful trader. So we learn from the mistakes and we grow. So this was the first entry on Friday, and then I had another entry as well. So entered here on the retest. So we close above here. I entered on the retest, had a limit. And then we expand and we consolidate. And then on the 1 minute, I think we had 10 a.m. news. But anyway, we close above here, this range on the 1 minute. So I got in again here, and my stop loss was here. And then my original stop loss from this position went to here, which was basically in profit for that first position. I like reduced my risk, but also, you know, scaled in. So on the daily chart, you can see the framework. We've been closing above this down closing candle, and we had a draw on liquidity above. So I was anticipating this to be a Friday, you know, expansion candle to cap off the week. And then on the 4 hour, we had this gap. We had 1800. We, you know, kind of hovered around this area before manipulating before the open, trading into this gap and also taking out the current low of day. I believe we put an SMT here, but I'm not 100% sure. I might be wrong on that. As we start to, you know, respect this gap and trade back higher, I can see this as being the manipulation, right? So if this is the manipulation and we get this candle 2 closure, I can anticipate this candle is going to just expand into the draw. How that looks on the 5 minute is 9:30 opens, creates a gap, trades back lower into the gap and creates these down closing candles, and then we close above here. So on the 3 minute, this is where I'm getting in, right here. And you can see the draw here. So I'm going to go into trading view. So on trading view, so we can analyze it a bit more. So you can see that daily candle, how it formed, right? So you think about the weekly candle. We opened low into a gap, reversed off of this, traded higher all week. We left this open for Friday, and Friday takes this out and caps the range, right, on the weekly candle and trades back lower into the range after meeting that draw. And you can see the same thing that we looked at. So we have the gap here. We have the gap here, and we see this candle 2 at 6 a.m. being the manipulation, sweeping out the low of day. And then we also, I forgot to note it, but we had a PSP here, I believe. Pretty sure we did. So basically this candle on ES closed bullish, and then the candle on NQ, I think it was, closed bearish. You can see it here. So this 8:45 candle closed bearish. But on ES, we closed bullish. So we had a PSP. And then we get this V-shaped reversal signature, right? So we can be pretty confident that the manipulation has already happened and that price is just going to expand now. So that's where you can get on side with the market. And if I mark out 930, basically all I'm waiting for at this point is an order block to form for me to enter. We see we trade into this gap, create this bullish order block from the gap. So there's your first entry on the 3 minute, right, for 2R. And then we go to the 1 minute, you can see there's the first entry. I think it was 10 AM we had this candle. So I got in again on this because, you know, price is expanding and it's very close to this draw. So it's unlikely it's going to reverse away from here until it takes that draw at least, you know. This was about 2R as well. And then, like I said, for this position, this original position, I moved my stop up to this low. So I was like in profit on this position, and then this position would have been a loss if it lost, but it would have just eaten into the profit that I'd already made, which is fine. So that's pretty much it. You can see the executions again here as well. And I'll catch you in the next video.